Good morning, girls. How are you today?
Good.
Okay, so today we are going to do a little bit more on our boxcar children. And we read chapter 1 yesterday. Does everybody remember reading chapter 1?
Yep.
Kind of what it was about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so today what we're going to do is we're going to go over, using this, we're going to go over some of the different boxcars that you could look. Okay, everybody remember the front of the book? Okay, we're going to look at some of this would be what the boxcar would look like if you were to see the boxcar that the children stayed in. It would be an older type boxcar. Is this what they look like today? Does anybody know? Do you think they still look this way? Or do you think they look a little bit better?
A little different.
Different?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's look at some of the other ones from more recent. So this is from our AmericanRails.com. And this is one of the newer boxcars. This one is from the 1963, so it's a little bit better. You can see it's got more metal and it's got a better door. Would you rather sleep in one that's metal, or do you guys think you would rather sleep in one that has the wood on it like they were in?
Probably metal.
Yeah, the wood would be kind of scary to be creaky and everything else, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's look at some more. Here's an even newer one. And this one they have all the different railways, have all their boxcars that they haul stuff in. And it was just this one. These are still going today, but the ones was abandoned that we'll see in our story. So we'll have to be watching for what chapter we come to see when they get to the boxcar. But this is from them going through the mountains. So those trains can be really long. Has anybody ever had to stop in a car and wait for the train?
Yes.
Yeah, it takes forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so let's work on some vocabulary that we have. Does anybody know some of the characters that we talked about? How many characters there were in the story? Four. Good job. So today we worked on our characters and setting yesterday. But today we're going to work on main idea and supporting details, and that's what we're going to do with a Tompkins strategy, with a quilting strategy, and you guys will get to make your own trains.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll do that after we get done with our crosswords that I want you guys to do, so I know you guys understand the vocabulary. First we have the main idea, and if you guys want to write these on your piece of paper. Okay, a main idea is important information that tells more about the overall idea of a paragraph or a section of a piece of text. Okay? Okay, and if you guys write them down, then you guys will have them, but it's up to you whether you guys need to have them on your piece of paper. Okay, our next one is a supporting detail. Okay, our supporting detail it's providing information to explain your opinion, claim, or belief. Okay, so when we have our main idea, our supporting detail goes along with it to show why you think that the main idea is what it is. So today with our strategy that we're going to use, you're going to have to say what the main idea of the chapter was, and then one thing that explains why you think it was. So can anybody tell me, what do you think the main idea of chapter 1 was? Can anybody guess what they think it is? Remember what they did in chapter 1?
They ran away from the baker.
So in chapter 1, they ran away from the baker. Why? Because they didn't want Benny to go where?
Away.
They didn't want him to be put in the orphanage. Yeah. So they ran away from the baker, who was going to put Benny, this youngest character, in an orphanage. And they ran away to a haystack. So what do you think one of the main ideas of the chapter would be?
The main idea was that they ran away because they didn't want their brother to go away. So they ran away with him.
And what would be a supporting detail of that? What would you say for how they ran away? Where did they go?
The haystack.
So that would be a supporting detail of them running away because they're at a whole nother place now. Okay, our next one is an illustration. Okay, an illustration is a picture illustrating a book or a newspaper or any kind of a text. Okay, and that's what you guys are going to be doing with the boxcars today. The next one is a topic. And that is a matter that is dealt with in the text. So the topic is like running away. That would be a topic we could discuss. And the next one is the brook. The brook is something that we'll learn about in the chapters to come, and that is a small stream, and we'll learn what they do with the brook later in chapters 2 and 3 once we get there. But I want you guys to be thinking if you've ever seen a brook. Okay, I'm going to give you guys this here. It's your crossword, and I want you guys to fill it out in just a second, and we will this way I know if you guys understand the vocabulary that's going to be done. But before you guys start, I want to explain to you what we're going to do with our Tompkins strategy that we're doing, okay? So we have our boxcars, and we're going to use a quilting, which instead of making one thing we could do is do them all in a square pattern, but instead we're going to do our own. We're going to make our own trains. So after a few chapters, I will give you guys the engine, and I'll give you guys a caboose, and we'll make little booklets to show what happens in each chapter. So at the end, you guys have to make sure you fill these out for each one. So I will give you guys times after each chapter to fill these out, okay?
Okay.
So go ahead and work on your crosswords, and I want you guys to fill those out the best you can. If you guys need help, ask me because we just learned these today. What do you think one down is, Alyssa?
Supporting details.
Very good. How are you doing, Haley?
Good.
Okay, can you get 4 down? That's one for our future vocabulary. A small stream. Which one of our words was a small stream?
Oh, the brook.
Very good. You see our list of words? You guys should have them written on your piece of paper also. Okay, when you guys are done, bubble in, which is put your finger over your mouth and raise your hand. Very good. Okay, so next we're going to work on our train cars. For the train car, I want you guys will both get one train car, and I want you guys just to leave them in the piece of paper. And I want you, or on the piece of paper, don't cut them out, we will later. I want you guys to use your pens first, and then you guys can use the crayons and draw the main idea, what did we say the main idea of for chapter 1 was?
Keeping Benny from going to the orphanage.
Okay. So you guys will draw pictures. Can anybody think of some pictures that you would have because they're running away and they're going to a haystack and they left a bakery? So can you think of some pictures you guys would draw for the main idea? Okay, so go ahead and start drawing, and then you guys can have colors. So you guys could do, you also need the supporting detail, which was your haystack. You guys decided that the haystack was, you can draw anywhere in there, Haley. It's your own. So as long as you can explain your drawings. We want them to be legible though, so you guys kind of Okay? Now on the back, what we'll do is we write 2 sentences. One will explain your main idea that you thought, and one will explain your supporting detail. Okay, I'll give you guys time to finish some of your drawings in a minute. Let's flip them over the back and let's write your complete sentences, please. So, what was your main idea? The first one needs to be what your main idea was. And the next one will be your supporting detail. You at least have to have one supporting detail. Okay, this is something that we will keep going for every chapter, and that we will put together, and then you guys will do your presentations at the end. So we need to make sure you remember, so you need to make sure your sentences are complete and have enough detail for you to remember at the end of the book. Why? Because there's like 14 chapters in this book, so we'll have to have good detailed sentences.